How's it going, everybody? Odyssey64 here, back with another episode of the Splatoon 2 training arc here on the channel. This time we're going to be looking at the NZAP. I'm pretty sure it's 83. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. The NZAP 83. The stats for the weapon and the gear I'll be using for the majority of these videos are on screen right now. And if you guys have been enjoying the content on the channel so far, definitely make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel. Now this is the worst, absolutely the worst. Yeah, this is the worst NZAP out of like the three. Like, it has nothing extra going for it. If anything, this is like, it's not, like, the Sprinkler is like, is the worst special in the, I mean, the worst sub special in the, wow. It's the worst sub in the game. And already incorporating, like, one of the least usable, or like the most worthless special, the Inkstorm, which has some value in splat zones. So, like, the NZAP... Wow, okay. So, the NZAP is like, it's good, but the kit for this one is just really bad. And we're kind of getting destroyed by this double charger. So, I think I need to start trying to avoid that and try and play the game. What's a good spot? Oh, here. Perfect. Like, the Sprinkler has, like, other than, like, very, like, it's not, like, I know I literally just used it, but it's not useful. Like, you don't get splats with it. It contributes literally nothing. Except for turf. Like, maybe I'm too hard on it, but it has nothing else going for it. Wow. This guy is like a Squiffer master. Like, this person is like a Squiffer master, honestly. Like, the NZAP itself is a good weapon. It's just not a good, oh, double splat, by the way. That's kind of sick. Like, it's just not good. Stop running. Alright, there we go. Alright. I kind of had to utilize my main weapon the most there. But yeah, like, but that's the problem. I don't want to have to utilize my main weapon the most. I want to be able to use all of my... I want to use my entire kit effectively, and sure, there's some situations where the Sprinkler may have some use, but you don't really see it that often. Like, maybe, like, splat zones, absolutely not. Because they'll just see it and get rid of it immediately. Rainmaker, no. Absolutely not Clam Blitz. Like, I don't see any good situations where you would use the Sprinkler. As, like, maybe, like, a little bit of extra turf, which will just easily be removed. Like, I may be too hard on it, but at the same time, as a sub weapon, like, I'm gonna compare it to the Splash Wall for a second. The Splash Wall, although weapon, has its niche moments, the Sprinkler does not in any way. Like, there's no situation where a Sprinkler can save your team. Whereas a splat wall like it's like a splash wall actually has like some protective value. There may be really niche situations where you can use that protection, but at least it's there. Alright, goodbye. Like, if I had any sub that wasn't the sprinkler, I would have at the very least used it there. Even the splash wall. Like, I really don't get it. Okay, so someone's stacking up like the most ink saver I've ever seen in my life. But for a roller main, like if they do main roller, that would make a lot of sense. And like positioning with the sprinkler is kind of key to in order to get the most value out of it. Man, my guy be going deep. Wow. Like, I wish I could have thrown, like, an actual sub-weapon to use it. Like, they're going to have to do something in Splatoon 3 to make the sprinkler actually useful. Because right now, if it hasn't already been decided by the community, I think it's, like, the worst sub special in the game. Like, the worst sub in the game. Which is why getting splatted by it is, like, so bad. Because, like, it does hardly anything. Except maybe be a mild annoyance. However, I will say that was pretty good of me. I will say that was a pretty smart move of how I could in any way, shape, or form use the sprinkler to sort of bait someone out. Well, we've pushed them all the way back. There's nothing they can do. It's 2-0. Hopefully we can make it 3-0, but that was one very, very minuscule situation. I wouldn't even consider it niche. Like, I want to come into this with, like, an open mind and, like, hope there's some good use out of the sprinkler, but other than, like, that one play I did, there's absolutely nothing. Like, in Splatoon 3, it needs to have more damage and more coverage. Like, to make it, like, an actual threat. Because every other sub is, like, a threat in some way. But this one is, like maybe even sub power up to increase its damage if that's what that does. Maybe. But you have to build it to specifically suit the sub weapon then. You'd have to go in knowing that you're going to main a weapon with a sprinkler in which you could be using for main power up or anything else that's useful. You have to chuck all of your gear slots into sub power up, which not only limits your utility, but you're not getting that much of a payoff off of it. Like, again, I'm sorry if it seems like I'm complaining, but it's just bad. Oh my goodness. Let's just try and actually win this third one so that way I don't have to use this weapon again. But I know the sprinkler is gonna come up again eventually. Like, the NZEP 85 has ink armor. And while I don't really like the suction bomb, it's like a very solid and versatile weapon. The NZAP 89 is more offensive. And I do like that a lot. But the fact that there's a lot more utility with the 85, it just makes it feel better with like how the weapon's designed. This one just feels like a throwaway. Like, you see how quickly they just get rid of like the sprinkler? Like, it poses little to no threat at all. In before the comments just start like flooding about how the sprinkler actually has some use, if any. If so, please tell me. I want to go into this tier list with an open mind. But any weapon that has a sprinkler as like a sub-weapon is like automatically going to be lower than any other weapon of its kind. Though I will say that was a really good placed sub special. Alright, so we're kind of murking them right now, so which is good. We just need to continue holding the fort down here. You know, that was also really good. These people are really good with their splat bombs. Holy moly. Alright, so people are breaking away now, which is not good. Oh, wow. Now I see why the splashdown is memes so often. And their team is like, was like wiped for a second. Yeah. I didn't want to be the one to say it, but we kind of destroyed them. But they're also... Oh, yeah, they're done. If both of those two over there survived, they probably could have made a comeback. But the fact that someone also came from behind, no. All right, so 3-0 win. Garbage weapon. Get out of here. Let's move on to something that has a little bit more value. Excuse me, a lot more value. So with that being said, everybody, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, definitely make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And ring that notification bell so you do not miss another episode of the Splatoon 2 training arc when those episodes air on the channel. I've been Odyssey64, and I will see you guys on the next one. Take care.